up, guys? Welcome to YouTube. Replay the intro. What is up, guys? Grenader here. Welcome to another episode of YouTube 101. Today we've been talking about redo the intro, please. What is up, guys? Grenader here. Welcome to another episode of YouTube 101. Today we'll be actually doing a tutorial, so today's episode is not really more talking. I don't even know what I'm saying. Replay the intro. What is up, guys? Grenader here. Welcome, and today I'm gonna get this right now, so watch this. What is up, guys? Grenader here. Welcome. Today we're gonna be talking about channel art, and we're gonna actually make channel art from scratch. You guys have been complaining about, well, you haven't been complaining about, but you've been telling me that you guys want to see it done from scratch and not really in a template format. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make this channel art right here that I made from scratch. Exactly, from scratch, from nothing. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Now, it's a bit difficult, but I'm not going to lie, it's not that difficult. It's difficult and it's not. So just buckle down, get ready, and let's hop right into the first couple of things you might need. And that is going to be, let me pull this up real quick. You're going to need a game, like a background, a wallpaper or something of some kind, whatever you want the background to be. And I think that is all we are going to need. So let's get that game intro real quick. Type in how to, no, not how to, games. All right, I'll use this. This looks pretty interesting. Okay, there we go. All right, we'll use this, whatever. Or, wait, you know what? Fuck it. Let's use it. Whatever. Just whatever, right? Just fuck it. I don't give a hoot. Alright, here we go. We got Photoshop open. File. New. Dimensions are 2560 by 1440, I believe. Right? Oh, this doesn't look right. Let's go to Google real quick. One more time. Sorry about that. Go to channel art template. It'll pull up the one for YouTube. I think this one, what? Screw it. This one is Z1. Let's just do that. And again, I think it's on my yep, it's on my desktop. Good job, computer. So what we're gonna do is gonna make a brand new layer. Go to File, Place. We're gonna look for that channel art template majiggy. And here it is. Nope, that's not it. Nope. Channel art. Here it is. Plays. Okay. Hit the little check mark and kind of center it. And what we're gonna do here is we're going to just start lining things up. By that I mean we're gonna drag these little blue shits on here. So here's a little issue you might come across. You might have your Photoshop just like this and you don't see anything. Hit Control R. You should get some rulers or whatever you want to call them. And you just click and drag these out. That's simple. You want to do that. And you want to do that. And you want to start pulling these in like so. And yeah, okay, we got everything layered. We don't need this anymore, but I don't want to delete it, so I'm just going to close out the little eye off of it and then do that. So we have a background. We're going to go ahead and place that at this moment. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Frick, where is it? Here it is. All right, here we go. So here's a little issue I just came across right now when I'm placing my picture. It is way too small. You can stretch it if you'd like to size. Wouldn't really recommend it because as you can see here in a minute, it'll be kind of blurry. Well, it's not that blurry. It's not that bad. But for those of you that want like completely like just HD everything, like no exceptions, then go ahead and go back into Google. And then open up, type in games again, and then go into images and go for more. No, it's search tools. No, yeah, search tools, size, exactly. You want to put 2560 by 1440. You hit go, And now it's going to give you, see, here it is. It's the exact same one with even more games on it. And you can just use this picture so that way you don't have to physically just stretch it and pixelize everything. And you know what? I might just do that. So I decided not to because I'm a boss. And what we're going to do now is that we're going to start adding shapes and kind of getting the physical kind of look to it. You know what I mean? Just getting the outline of the shape. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to place the one I made, the example on here, just so I can use it as reference. And you know, if you guys want, you can head down into the description down below and you can download this. It's going to be this exact one, but you know, it'll be just use, you know, you can use it for reference. I don't expect you to use this as your own channel thing, but you know, whatever. So this is what we have here. What I actually did is that these are 3 shapes. We got a trapezoid and like some other shapes on the side and then some stripes, right? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go into the shapes layer. I'm going to hold down, and as you can see, there's a polygon and all this stuff. So I'm going to hit polygon. I'm going to just make a polygon, try to make it straight. I think that is good enough. I want it so that it's straight and not crooked like this. So I'm going to hit Control T and tilt it like that. I'm going to hit Control Plus to zoom in because I can't see anything. Here we go. We want this to be like that. Let's see how this looks like. I guess that's kind of, I'm actually I'm a pretty OCD person when it comes to like this kind of stuff. So there we go. It's straight now. So what we're going to end up doing is hitting Control T. And as you can see, I'm going to try to zoom in here. These little corners right here of this shape, we want those to line up with the line like that. All right. And then you can, I forgot to do this. So just for now, hit that little check mark. I forgot to add that center line little ruler. So now that we have that there, we can do that. Now, you know, this is not going to fit. You can see the shape, the little layer here is stretched out pretty far. So we're going to have to stretch it out. So we're stretching out the layer. So what we're going to do is hit Control T. We're going to stretch this little hoe as far as we please. So I'm going to do that and maybe do this side as well. And you know what? Just go all the way. Fuck it. There we go. And now what we're going to do is that we're going to use our selection tool. We're going to start from this top corner all the way to the other corner. And just to get this top part of it, I'm going to hit E for eraser, or you can click on the eraser. And as you can see, it asked me if I wanted to erase it. You just be like, hell yeah, I want to erase this. And hit Control D. And there you go. You got yourself a little shape there. So now what we need to do is we need to make another shape to compensate for this just area that's here. And we're going to darken these edges. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to turn off the background and the actual cartoony background. So actually, I want to delete this white background because we don't need it. And this should be our normal background. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make another layer, because the more layers we have, the more opportunity we have to change stuff. So here we go. We're going to add another layer of, I'm debating right now if I should make another shape and fix it, or let's just do this. We're going to use the selection tool and go to polygonal lasso. Friggin' gay ass. Okay, here we go. We're going to go to that corner, go to this corner, go to that corner, go to that corner, and then go to this corner. Yay! Now we're going to go to our brushes, or hit B for the brush. We're going to get a black solid. You can just flip that around like so. Then you hit Control D, and I'm going to do the same for this one, but in another layer, of course, because the more layers we have, the more happiness we have. So I'm actually going to start from this corner, since it like just gets stuck there. I don't know how to explain it, but there we go. Bam, bam, kabam. Then we go to brush, select that, Control D, and now we have our little thingies. So we're going to hit the control and the little semicolon thing on your keyboard, and it brings up and just makes these lines disappear and all that stuff. So yeah, this is pretty good for now. Let's turn on the background that we have right now. What we're going to do for these two layers is that we're going to turn down the opacity for them, but not too much. So let's try out a 70 sort of thing, and then 72. Let's see, that looks pretty good. And I'm gonna stick with what I have here, which is like the background of that. And so let's see, let's turn off this channel art thing. And what we're gonna do now is that you can change the color of the polygon by double clicking on it, color overlay, and you just choose whichever color you want to use. For this example, I'll use a bluish color. I don't like going this kind of blue, but I want to go like a little kind of light, darkish blue. If you catch my drift, I think that looks pretty. It looks pretty good. All right, let's hit OK. And now what we're gonna do is we're going to drop the opacity as well. And now we have two options we can do here. We can either make white stripes or blue stripes to go along with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do white stripes just because of it. But in order to do so, we're gonna add another layer. We're going to get the rectangular shape thing, and we're gonna choose the rectangle tool, not the polygon, the rectangle tool. And we're just gonna make a simple stripe going up and down. I'm gonna change the fill to white or another shade of blue if you'd like. Maybe that would work. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with white because it's just white, right? White supremacy. Just kidding. Just kidding. Calm down. Okay. Here we go. We got this. We're gonna go this way. I'm gonna hit Control T. Oh, I said T, and just tilt it. And we're gonna zoom in a little bit because what we're trying to do here is add some professionalism to this channel art, and we want to cover up this little gap here. It's not noticeable from afar because it'll be pretty big, but let's just put that there. And you can either go with one stripe or you can go with two stripes. I'm gonna go with two thin stripes. That way it's not overpowering if you try. Well, yeah, I'll just do that. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna hit Control J. That'll duplicate that. Drag it just enough, so like to there, or maybe there. And then we're gonna do the same. Control J. We're gonna drag it this way. I'm gonna right click. Oops, nope. Control T. It'll still select both of them. Keep that in mind. Right click and flip horizontal. And now we want to hit Control Plus again. Move this way, and you want to back this all the way up. That way you can identify this gap, and you want to cover the gap. So you want to put it right in the middle, right there. Hit the check mark, zoom out, and we're gonna do the same thing we did for the other one, and that is to delete this top part. So we're gonna get the selection tool and do the same thing. We're basically just clipping just stuff off. So you're gonna hit E. It's gonna ask you if you want to do it. You just say yes. Don't tell me what to do, and you do that for every single one of these. So you click and okay. There we do that, and boom, okay. And now you can do the same thing for the bottom. You just, easy as click and drag, and make sure you're on this tool, not some other tool while it's selected. Then same thing, hit E. Just start deleting stuff. Make sure your eraser's pretty big. That way you get every single piece of it. And bam, my boy, we got this. Hit Control D, and there you go. It's starting to look like the channel art we have, but this one has more space. I feel like the one I made here is just a prototype. So, I'm actually working on it right now. Like as we go, I'm adding new things to it. So let's start adding the text, and then we're gonna start working on the rest of the background. So what I like doing is grouping my stuff. So start from your rectangle shape all the way down to the first polygon you made, and hit Control G and name this shapes. or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it shapes. Now I'm going to add a new layer and go to the text tool. Let this load. And I'm going to hit text, and I use 4K or 4K, something. I don't know what it's called. I don't know how you say that, but FORQUE. So I'm going to type in green. Oh, whoa. No, hit caps. That way it's all even. Greenator. There we go. And we're going to minimize that, or select Control A to select everything. Make it smaller. And then I like to put it right here, just like right in the middle. You know what? I need to add another guideline, my bad, to center it. And if you like this mini tutorial, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a mini tutorial. So what we're gonna do today is gonna show you a tutorial inside of the tutorial. So now I'm gonna show you how to download fonts. So we're gonna go to thefont.com. I'm going to take the caps off. That would help. Go to thefont.com, go into the search menu, and just search whatever you're going to search. In this case, I'm going to search 4K or whatever it's called. But before I do that, you know, you can take your time, find the fonts you want, click on whichever one you want. Maybe you want this cool old school varsity thing, but maybe you don't. So as you can see here, the font I used here is called, if I hit the T and click on it, 4K. I'm going to Control C that, copy that, and paste it onto here, 4K. Now here it is. It's gonna pull up with this, and all you gotta do is hit download. It should download here. Double click that, and you exit out of that, and you double click on this, and it should ask you to install. I already have it installed, so I'm not gonna install it again. So there you go. That's how you install a font. Now back to your regular programming. Okie dokie, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that mini tutorial. Now we're gonna move on to the top text. A lot of you guys like typing in the official channel of, because it makes it look professional, right? Who doesn't like doing that? I love doing that. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna click somewhere, you know, and type in the official channel of. And I'm not going to use the same font because the hyphens for this look pretty weird. So I'm going to select everything and change it to Bebas. Or Bebas, whatever it is. But I'm going to change it to Bebas New. Or Nui. I don't know what it's called. These fonts have weird names. I don't know why. I'm going to hit the little control thing. Or not control. Hit the text tool again, because I clicked out of it by accident, and I'm going to add the hyphens. At least the hyphens in this font are, you know, in the middle, and it looks natural, right? I'm going to select everything. I'm going to make it smaller, and I'm going to move it on top of here. And some of you are okay with this. Some of you like my sort of style. What I usually do is that I go to the character tools. If you don't have the character tools here, go to window and click on character, and it should pull it up, and you just drag it onto this little thing here. So once it's here, you click on it, and you want to click here where it says VA. So that usually just spreads your letters out evenly like that. Click off. There we go. And some of you guys like that, some of you guys don't, but whatever, you know, your preference. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I like doing that, so you know, it's personal preference. So now I'm going to scoot up the grenader thing a little bit more higher. That I'm just gonna use the little arrow keys to move it like pixel by pixel, I guess. And now down here, we're going to add our social media and all that cool stuff. So here's where a little like creativity comes into play, you know, at least for me. These brackets here that I have, let me pull up a better picture or a better example of what I'm talking about. These brackets here, let me use a little, can I zoom in like that? No, I can't. These little brackets here are not custom. It's just an eye, but I bended it this way so that way it does that little shape, right? And so what we're gonna do is the same exact thing. So go into your text tool and click somewhere and type in the letter I. Make sure it's capital I, and take a look at it. And what I'm gonna do is just drag it onto somewhere I can see it. So control, or not control, keep on saying control, hit T, select A, or select, yeah, control A to select that, and then click so that it selects everything, and use your arrows on your keyboard to just change it until you see that sort of fancy eye that I'm talking about. That one is this one. The font for it is called Garamond. Garamond. I don't know how to say it. Well, there we go. This is the eye I have been using. That's a pretty weird statement. So here we go. Why do I have this dropper tool? I'm gonna go back to text tool. I want to make this around maybe 100 in the font size. No, let's maybe do 120. 120 is a fair number, don't you think? And we're gonna move this down here, and we're gonna hit Control plus to zoom in. And here we go. This looks pretty weird. What I'm just now noticing is that I cut off a little bit too much of the side, so we'll fix that, like I said. So don't freak out if you did the same thing. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna try to like push this back, not too back so that it's like in the stripes, and not too far in so that you don't have enough space, but like right here. And you're gonna hit Control J, or wait, not yet. Let's first of all, let's modify this. We're gonna go E, and we're gonna pretend to erase it. Don't erase it. Then we're gonna go back to the mouse tool. You're gonna hit Control T, and now you can manipulate this. Yay! So we're gonna zoom in even more. That way we can see every single little pixel. And now we're gonna click on this little like radar looking thing. And what this will do is that it'll allow you to manipulate the letter. Yay! And this is exactly what we want to do. I'm gonna drag a little guideline just so I know that these are kind of on the same path. You know what I mean? One's not protruding more than the other. So if you want, you can even go as far as like making this bend in forwards like that. You can make this come up like that as well. In that case, I would recommend another guideline. As you can see, this one wasn't as far as the other one. And there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. You got yourself a nice thing right there. It looks kind of weird, right? But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So hit Control J to duplicate that. I'm gonna move this over here. Oh, excuse me, I've been burping all day. And you want to move that over here. Hit Control T, right click, flip horizontally, and bada bing, bada boom. You got that there, huh? You want to drag down another thing, put that in the middle of the eye. I'm going to drag this back up there. You want to make sure that it's kind of in the same spectrum as that. You can take that away now. And now you can start putting in your stuff like the YouTube thing and that kind of stuff. So let's head on over to Google real quick and do that real quick because I don't have anything. So YouTube, PNG images. And then I guess this one is the one I use the most. Right click, save image as full color. What? Okay. And so is this a layer we just created? Yep. Create another layer, and before you do, let's start by selecting the eye copy and select everything until Grenader. Control G, basically the text. Double click that, change it to text. That way you're not mixing up with whatever else you're making. You want to start adding stuff, right? That's what we're doing. I kind of lost my train of thought there. So hit place, just kind of resize it somewhat. It doesn't have to be perfect at the moment. We just want to get everything inside of our workspace. Place, blue logo. Why does it say blue logo? I don't know. Just whatevs. And new layer once more. And we're gonna do Twitch. Where's Twitchy? There's my Twitchy Twitch. There's my Twitchy Twitch. Alright. So what we're gonna do now is that we're going to start with the YouTube one because YouTube, it's YouTube. Who doesn't love YouTube? You want to hit Control T. You want to make this as small as you can, yet not like absurdly small. So there we go. That's nice. And we're gonna add another text. So open up your text layer, add a new layer inside of that, and hit T, and click here and type in your username. So for me that would be Grenader. Oops. I think it's /, right? Is that? No, it's backslash, right? Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Hey babe. Hey, what's up? Pretty good. I'm not recording you. You're recording yourself by calling me while I'm recording.
No, get ready. We're gonna go to dinner tonight, remember?
Oh yeah. Alright, I'll call you back, babe. I love you. Yeesh. What a nuisance. Alright. Back to what we were doing. We're gonna do, I think it's backslash. I'm gonna go with backslash. Frick it. Grenader 0001. Gonna select that, make it way smaller. And I'm gonna change the text because I hate that text so bad. Let's see. What looks good with my Grenader text? Ooh, that looked amazing. What is that? Oh, that's 4K. I love this. I love this font, guys. I just can't get over it. I love this font. Let's see. For me, I'm gonna do 32 because it's not too big, not too small, not too intruding. So there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. We're gonna zoom. Oh, what the hell did I do? Zoom out. Zoom out, my boy. And then we're going to get the Twitter one and bring it down here. Now, a little thing that I just came up with, you know what? I'll explain it in a little bit. First of all, hit Control T. You want to make it smaller, like so. You want to make it just as big as the YouTube logo. Okay, that seems good enough. So what I was saying is that since this is blue and my background is blue, it doesn't make any sense to keep this blue. So troubleshooting. Let's double click on the Twitter logo, go to color overlay and click on it and go to white, and we should have seen an improvement. Yay. Okay. You can basically do the same. Go to the text here in your text folder, hit Control J and just duplicate it because hopefully you have the same link to everything. And if you don't, you know, you can edit it, so no big deal there. Go back to the Twitch thing, bring it down, same thing. Resize it to where it's the size of the Twitter logo because your Twitter logo should be the size of your YouTube logo. And hit enter. Put that right there. Right there. Right there. Alright. Double click, same problem. Go to color overlay, change it from red to white, hit OK, and bada bing, bada boom, you got yourself a nice channel, like my boy. You just drag that over like so, and bam, son. So as you can see here, obviously, this didn't really match up. We can actually make these little brackets shorter. So what we're going to do is that we're going to get these 3 logos. We're going to select all 3 of them. And you're probably asking yourself, Grenader, bro, how are you selecting all these little shits so fast? So what you got to do is click from where you want to start to where you want to end. So I'm going to start with the YouTube here, hold shift, and then click on Twitch, and it should select everything. So you want to basically just center this. It should just completely just be magnetized to like wherever it is. So same thing with this, it should just snap like that. And then the eyes, you can bring these in to your liking, and you can actually make these even shorter. I think they're way too big. They're way too big and intrusive. They're way too big and intrusive. Way too big. Way too big, man. These are way too big, bro. Too big. Okay, here we go. This is looking pretty dope, isn't it? I like it. You like it. Don't lie. Come on, it looks pretty dope. Okay, so what we're gonna do now to some little touch-ups is that we're going to go to every little logo. We're gonna hit drop shadow. Should drop a shadow on it. And same thing for the Twitter one. Just drop a shadow on it, just to make it look even better. You can do that with your text as well. If anything, I'd do it to the main text, not really every single other text, because, you know, you need to actually be able to read it. But you know what? Whatever. You just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Don't be afraid of your dreams. Just do it. Where is it? Oh, here it is. The Grenader ones. I was blind for a second. So click that. Click that. No, double click that. Drop shadow. Drop the shadow. Okay, And now let's fix the stripes because that is something that was pretty weird. So before that, I'm gonna select that, select all the logos, Control G, and we're gonna group them and call it logos. Hit enter. And we're gonna go back to the shapes, and the stripy stripes seem to be too small. So I'm gonna hit Control T since I selected 2 of them. I'm just gonna stretch them out like so. And then same thing with these, hit enter. It's better for them to be longer than shorter. Hit enter. And now we're gonna take a different, path to erasing these. We're gonna go to our eraser tool, and we're gonna put just like the tip right there of the eraser. And we're gonna hold shift, and we're gonna click. Oh wait, no. You click first, and then you hold shift, and then you do that. Actually, that was way too much. Let's just clip it off like that. There we go. Let's just do that. Just clip it off. Clip it off real good. That was too much. Clip it off right there. Just right where it's straight. Alright, there we go. Make this smaller. Zoom out. This is looking pretty dope, man. Dope. Alright. Anything else we want to do? Yes. We want to do different things with the background because the background looks pretty weird because I don't know, it just looks weird. So what I want to do is that for those people that are on TV, I want to do something special for them. Yay! I want to select this area at the top, go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Hopefully this works. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna make a blur of 5 pixels. You want to actually be able to tell what you're looking at, so I'll do 3. And same thing with the ones on the bottom. Filter, Gaussian blur, 3, same. Did it work? I don't think it worked. Control Z. We're gonna duplicate that, and it worked. We just duplicated that and it worked. Okay, that's weird. Wait, we didn't do. Oh wait, yeah, we did duplicate it. Okay, whatever. It made a separate layer for the bottom. So now what we want to do is that we want to turn off all these stuff, the stuff we just made. We want just the background itself. So what we want to do, actually, we want this one as well. We want to change we're gonna add a filter to it to make it look cool. So we're going to go to curves, which is up here in your adjustments. I'm gonna drag this down. Ooh, dark. Colorful. Okay, so be conservative. I don't want to like overpower it with darkness, but not too much with lightness. So kind of find the balance in between there. This is what makes me feel like an artist. Get that little curve going. I'm gonna put the curves in front of everything so that way it affects everything. Wasn't thinking about that, was I? You add that, boom. Instant stuff, man. You love it. And I think that is pretty much it. Here we go. We want to go back to the shapes, and we want to click on the polygon, select tool, and we want just to select everything because in the end it'll snap onto the polygon itself. Now we want to go up to the rectangle and add another layer. And now since we only have this selected, it's not going to allow you to paint on anything else, just whatever you have selected. So that is good. We want to go to our brushes, switch back to white, and we go back to size and make the size not too big, not too small. This is fine. A little bit less. All right, good. I'm going to click on this preset here where the hardness is at 0, or if you don't have that preset, just switch that to 0. It's pretty easy. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add some highlights to this shit. So just click like that. I don't like that. Hang on. We're going to erase that, go back to the brush, make the brush a bit bigger, not too big. 200 should be plenty. Did I put 0? Wait. 220. Let's try that. Control Z. I don't like the size because if it's too small, you don't really get an effect like that. Let's do 420. 420. There we go. Bam, bam. This is what I wanted. I love 420. This is exactly what I wanted. Thank you, 420. You make my life so much better, 420. And there you go. I added some highlights that make it look like flares and stuff. And that is pretty much it, guys. That was pretty much it. Not too hard to it, is it? I don't think it's too hard. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like down below in the comments down below. Make sure to dislike the video if you didn't like it, and make sure to leave a comment down below if you have any troubles, any issues, any troubleshooting that you need help with, or if you just something is wrong with my video, all that. And please leave your experience down below. Are you having some troubles, or does your channel look freaking amazing and you want all of us to see it? Whatever it is, leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to watch the rest of my videos that I've been uploading recently. I quickly apologize. I want to apologize for not uploading as often, but I've been having a lot of work on the side, Photoshop wise and other stuff like that. So thank you for watching, thank you for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.